Well, another video game adaptation. Now, Sonic was good. I really did enjoy Sonic. The video game was great, and I love both movies, so 2 thumbs up right there. And Mario, it made a lot of money at the theaters, but the quality, in my opinion, was kind of, it was okay, but to each his own. But how did this one turn out? Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my Gran Turismo movie review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Gran Turismo, we have a movie finally, and this has been in the works for quite some time. And I did play this game on PlayStation way back in the day. I don't remember exactly when, but I do remember enjoying myself for the most part. This is also based on a true story. Can you believe it? Yes, this is based on a true story. And to be honest with you, my expectations for this film were extremely low. This was marketed all over the place in my circles, and it just really didn't pique my interest. I didn't feel excited about it. I wasn't salivating at the mouth like, oh my gosh, Gran Turismo. And to be honest, this is something I definitely didn't want to pay for. Not trying to sound obnoxious, but the studio gave me access to see it early. And so I was like, hey, I'm going to see it for free. Why not? I got to stay consistent on the channel. Let me go ahead and knock out Gran Turismo. It even got to the point to where right before the movie started, I was like, okay, how long is this? I pulled out my phone, went to IMDb, saw that it was 2 hours and 15 minutes. I was like, damn, this movie is long. I wish it was 90 minutes because it's just not piquing my interest. Now, it is being directed by Neil Blomkamp. And he's a pretty good director, if you ask me. If you scroll down and look at his filmography, there are a number of titles that I liked back in the day, starting out with District 9. I think this was his first full-length feature. And if you did watch District 9, you know it was a pretty good movie. The budget was extremely low, and he did some incredible things with the effects in that film. Now, Elysium, I actually own that on Blu-ray too. Sorry, I don't have my copy right here in front of you, but I really did like Elysium. I think I'm the only person on the planet that liked it. If you go to Rotten Tomatoes or ask anybody, everybody like, it sucks, it's this, it's that, it's trash. I don't get it. I really did enjoy Elysium. I don't know what the issue is with everybody else, but I thought it was a really good movie. Now, Chappie, on the other hand, this was a big pile of steaming crap. I hated this movie. I was looking so forward to it. The trailers looked amazing. I was like, man, this guy, Neil Blomkamp, is on his way up that Hollywood ladder. But no, it was flushed down the toilet with this garbage film right here. Chappie was a huge disappointment. But if you've seen any of these other films right here, and if you are a fan of Neil Blomkamp, please let me know down in the comment section below. But like I said, guys, this is based on a true story and adapted from the popular video game on PlayStation, which I said I really did enjoy. But still, it just really didn't get me excited or pique my interest. So before we get into all the nitty-gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film Gran Turismo is all about. Based on the unbelievable, inspiring true story of a team of underdogs, a struggling working class gamer, a failed former race car driver, and an idealistic motorsport exec who risk it all to take on the most elite sport in the world. Now, of course, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to start off saying the exact same thing I said in my short that I uploaded to my channel for my fresh out of the theater reaction. But when this film first started off, I was like, oh my gosh, the budget for this is extremely low. What's up with this cinematography? The quality does not seem like it's up to par. It's kind of boring. It's kind of bland. I do like Djimon Hounsou as an actor. I think he's phenomenal. He is the father of the main character in this film, but I wasn't able to attach myself to him or the main character himself by the name of Jan Mardenborough, played by this gentleman right here, Archie Madekwe. I believe I am pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, please let me know in the comment section below. But I didn't like him at the very beginning. I was telling myself, dude, why are you being so disrespectful to your family, to your father, to all of your peers? You're just really sucked into this video game. And I know that can be life and it can be productive, but at least look your family in the eye when you're trying to talk to them and communicate. The way you're being dismissive, man, it's really going to take me a while to get on board and root for you in this movie if we're supposed to be. So initially I was turned off. However, what I do like about this film is it got better and better and better as it progressed on. As soon as this character, Jan, hopped into the car and started driving on the racetrack, I was dialed in. I was actually locked in and started to really enjoy myself. I was skeptical, like I said. Also, this gentleman right here has a strong accent, and I just was not able to attach myself. Not only him, but any of the characters in the movie. I was just not a fan of nobody. And let's just scroll down here and look at his filmography real quick. He was also in Beau is Afraid and Midsummer, and those two movies scare me to death. I don't want to see anything about those. Les Miserables, I know this has been out for quite some time. My childish nature, every time I saw this as a little boy, I always thought lesbians arrive. I don't know why, but that's just the first thing that comes to my mind. I have nothing against lesbians. I love lesbians. I'm not talking crap in any way, shape, or form, but that always comes to mind when I see that name. But like I said, I eventually became fond of the character, and one of those reasons is he was very passionate about his craft, about his art, about racing a video game. Everybody may not be able to relate to that in the real world, but hey, if you love something, you love it. And he really did love Gran Turismo. He took it seriously and just took the video game realm to a whole different level with this performance in this. I love all the specific details that the film did pay attention to the car itself and making it to your specifications, whether you wanted to drive faster, slower, brake this way, drift this way. I'm not a car expert, so none of that probably makes any sense. But I was saying to myself, okay, man, this does not feel like it's Fast and Furious. It feels like it's in its own realm of car racing, but I like what they're doing right here. And to put the cherry on top, they did a really great job with the visuals, except for one scene, but with the visuals, the way that they related the real world to the video game and also the video game to the real world with the visuals, like I said, the effects, I thought that was spot on perfect. I really did like that. And also the way that the film was shot and captured the character's emotions. Sometimes it would zoom in on the character's eye and you can see the reflection on their eyeball of what they're looking at on screen, seeing their version of them being dialed in. And that's what really pulled me into the film. And I wonder if it did the same to you. I felt like I was in the headspace of the main character. I don't want to go as far as saying I felt like I was on the track driving myself, but my respect level went up more and more for the character as the film progressed on. Like I said, just seeing how thrilled they were to be a part of such an event. And it's kind of crazy. Like I said, this is based on a true story. And like I read in the synopsis earlier, one of the execs for this huge company was like, hey, I want to get the best gamers in the world and turn them into real race car drivers. That's dangerous. These cars are going 200, 300 miles an hour at times. And it's just not an easy transition. Like, what are you thinking? And I love the responses that everybody gave from that. The parents, his dad, his family, his peers, his colleagues, other people that were in the middle, just not on board with this company wanting to take some giant leap. They're just saying, okay, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. You're losing your mind. But he believed in himself. And I'm speaking about the exec, and he brought that to fruition. And that's just another thing that I respect about his character of going against the grain in real life. I'm like, hey, I know this seems impossible. I know that my chances are low of succeeding, but I really believe in this and I'm going to go after it. I respect that wholeheartedly. With it being based on a true story, I want to see stories like this told all the time. And it was also very funny and humorous as well. At first, I wasn't laughing. I was just kind of smiling to myself. Okay, that's clever. That's a cute moment right there. But there was a couple of recurring jokes that made me laugh more and more each time they did pop up on screen. Some of them you was able to call out from a mile away, and that really doesn't matter. Some of them were just popped up randomly, and you just started to laugh amongst myself and everybody else in the auditorium. And also, no disrespect to race car drivers, but I just never really sat down on a Saturday afternoon, turned on the TV and watched men or women go around a track a number of times, whether it's a few laps or they're racing for 24 hours. but I was really interested and intrigued in learning more about race cars and what it all entails. And it's a lot. It's not easy. Again, no disrespect or shade to these people that drive these cars, but I never really thought of them as athletes. But in this film, they do shine a light on that and give them some praise. And I really never thought about all of the training and fitness and conditioning that goes in trying to race a race car like this at these drastic speeds. They did a great job of showing that to you in this film. And a few light bulbs went off. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that's what they went through. And that just also gave me another level of respect for these people that drive these cars and everybody that put this film together. I learned a lot. But eventually, I really felt like I got to know the main character of John. Nice guy, you want him to win, and you are rooting for him. Earlier on, I was saying that I could not relate to him and I had no attachments. But when he got behind that wheel, his custom wheel in some sorts, especially on the video game, I was like, I like this guy. I like him. I want him to win. I hope he does well. And also the acting is great too, not just from Jaimin Hansu, but the main character's mother, whose name I don't remember. There was a tragic accident, and the way that she was emoting on screen, I was like, damn, man, I felt all of your pain, ma'am. I want you to get through this. This should not be something that you're experiencing right now. So the acting was great across the board, even from David Harbour. Now, David Harbour, if you don't know him, I know him as the Red Guardian in the MCU. He was also in the Stranger Things show on Netflix. I forgot his name in that. Fantastic actor, fantastic performer, entertainer, and he does a great job in this film with everything. I loved him. He's probably one of the best parts of this movie. So if you are a David Harbour fan and you was not really sure if you wanted to see this movie or not, go ahead and buy that ticket. You may enjoy yourself. But he was very, very funny as well, and I loved his character. Like, this is based on a true story, but his character is fake. It's an amalgamation of real life characters. It's a number of them kind of combined together, and that's where David Harbour's character comes from in this film. But his name is Jack Salter, and Jack did a great job in this movie. And I also know that this is cliche to say in a number of films, but I really did feel like in moments that I was at the edge of my seat. When they were racing during certain scenes, I was nervous. I was intense. At one point in time, I felt my right arm clenching my armrest, and that doesn't really happen to me that much, but I was in there like swimwear and wanted our boy Jan to win the race. Whether he did or not, you can Google it. You may already know because this is based on a true story, but I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to be surprised and experience this for yourself. And another thing, this movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes long. When it started off, the expectations were low, and I did not know how it was going to turn out, but I felt like the pacing was fantastic. I thought the progression in this film was phenomenal, and I got a good amount of every aspect of the main character's life, from home, strength, conditioning, on the track, and everybody related to him. It was a good blend mixture of everything, and so great job there as well. And guys, that's really going to sum up everything I liked about the film. Now let me transition to some things that I really didn't care for. And to be honest with you, I really don't have anything to complain about other than maybe they could have went a little bit more detailed into the races and how the tracks were made and how difficult they were. But they did shine on that a good amount. I just kind of wanted more. But other than that, guys, I don't really have anything to complain about. I really did enjoy this movie. It's something that I would watch again. It's something that if someone was like, hey, have you seen that Gran Turismo movie? I'm thinking about going to go see it. I don't want to go by myself, which I think is silly, but I don't want to go by myself. Would you like to go with me? I would say, sure. Some movies I'll be like, you good. I'll just catch you afterwards. But this right here, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. Not saying that this is the best movie in the world. Not saying that this is the best race car movie in the world, because it's not. But it is pretty good, and I enjoyed it with my low expectations. I will go ahead and give my rating for this film at the very end, guys. But for now, that is just my opinion. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, if you like my commentary, leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach my next milestone of 50,000 subscribers. And if I had to rate this film Gran Turismo out of a 1 out of 10, I'm dancing back and forth from a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Yes, an 8 out of 10. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.